Picture this: Nigeria, early 20th century. The air is thick with colonial rule, a system of control managed by the British Empire. In a land without political parties, without a unified voice of dissent, who would dare to speak up? Who would challenge the might of the British crown? One man did. Long before Nigeria had organized political movements, there was one rebel voice that echoed louder than any other. His name was Herbert Macaulay, and he was a force of nature. Born in Lagos in 1864 into a prominent Sierra Leonean Creole family, Macaulay wasn't your typical revolutionary. He was an engineer by training, a surveyor, an architect, a musician, and a journalist. He was a man of immense intellect and talent who could have easily lived a comfortable life within the colonial system. But he chose a different path. He chose to fight. After studying civil engineering in England, Macaulay returned to Nigeria and took a job with the colonial administration. It was from the inside that he first saw the rot. He witnessed firsthand the systemic corruption, the exploitation of Nigerian resources, and the blatant disregard for the welfare of the Nigerian people. He couldn't stay silent. He resigned from his post and picked up a new weapon: the pen. As a journalist, Macaulay was relentless. He used his newspaper, the Lagos Daily News, to expose one colonial scandal after another. He wrote fiery articles that laid bare the injustices of the British administration. He questioned their land policies, their water schemes, and their financial dealings. He wasn't just writing opinions. He was presenting facts, figures, and evidence that the colonial government couldn't ignore. His words were sharp, precise, and they hit their mark every single time. The British authorities hated him for it. They saw him as a troublemaker, a thorn in their side. But Macaulay didn't stop at journalism. He took his battles to the courts. In one of his most famous legal victories, the Alua land case, he traveled all the way to London to argue before the Privy Council, the highest court of appeal for the British Empire. He was defending the land rights of a Lagos chief whose land had been seized by the colonial government without proper compensation, and he won. It was a landmark victory, proving that the British were not invincible and that justice could be won through the law. This case sent shockwaves through the colonial establishment. Macaulay understood the power of public mobilization. He organized mass protests and rallies, bringing ordinary Nigerians together to demand their rights. He wasn't a man who carried guns or led violent uprisings. His weapons were truth, the law, and the power of words. And with these weapons, he managed to shake an entire empire. He was a master of political theater, using his charisma and powerful oratory skills to inspire a generation. His most significant contribution, however, came in 1923. Recognizing the need for a formal political structure to channel the growing nationalist sentiment, Herbert Macaulay founded the Nigerian National Democratic Party, or NNP. This was Nigeria's very first political party. For the first time, Nigerians had a platform to contest elections, to have their voices heard in the Legislative Council, and to participate, even in a limited way, in their own governance. The NNP dominated Lagos politics for over a decade, laying the groundwork for all future political movements in the country. The British called him troublesome, a seditious agitator. But to countless Nigerians, he was something else entirely. They called him the Wizard of Kirston Hall, a nod to his home where he planned his strategies. They called him fearless. They called him a champion of the people. Herbert Macaulay was the man who ignited the flame of Nigerian nationalism. He taught an entire nation how to resist, not with violence, but with intellect, courage, and an unshakable belief in justice. He passed away in 1946, just before Nigeria gained its independence. But his legacy is undeniable. Without Herbert Macaulay, the story of Nigeria's fight for freedom would look very different. He was the original rebel, the founding father who dared to dream of a self-governing Nigeria and dedicated his life to making that dream a reality. Thanks for watching. If you found this story of courage inspiring, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more hidden histories. See you in the next one.